Good afternoon, everyone. It is June 13th, 2023. It has been a minute since I've came on here now. As of Friday, we did have the contracts rollover. TradingView showing it a little bit weirdly, but uh, the most notable things this week that I was looking at was that we do have the 10-year. That was yesterday. Today was CPI. Tomorrow, PPI and FOMC. Thursday after that, retail, unemployment, Philly manufacturing, and some other crap on Friday as well. So just a data-filled week, and right now the market is simply rising up. The VIX is under 15. Same thing happening on the NASDAQ. We've actually hit some pretty big levels over here. You can see we're coming up to the highs here, and we're only, I think, 8% off the all-time high, something like that. Yeah, 9.8% off the all-time high. We held this balance high here. We held it not once but twice last week, and we have came up to the highs of that balance. I think we came 1 point shy of my little 152 half level, so coming right up to there. Now, what am I looking for going into tomorrow? Well, today was simply a gap up session. Going back to the S&P, we gapped up, held the gap open, and then just kind of traded within the initial balance all day. Similar move on the NASDAQ over here. The NASDAQ, we also gapped up. We managed to actually close that gap, but once we ran that overnight low, we pretty much, I think we actually did trade inside the IB for the rest of the day. So setting that, we made the high of the day in the first 10 minutes on the NASDAQ, and then we set the low of the day, I think by 10:10 or something like that. That's where I was long, and that was about it for the entire session. Just a quiet day, which is not too unexpected ahead of FOMC. Now, let's get into what we're looking at tomorrow. Let's start off with the S&P over here. There we go. Given that it is FOMC tomorrow, these numbers are all going to be in play until about, I'd say from about, we've got PPI pre-market as well. I'd say from about 9:30 to roughly 12 p.m. Sort of until the European close. After that, I think you're going to get some really dry, choppy action. VIX is under 15. It is June and ahead of a major announcement after this huge ramp up. If you ask me, I'm going to be leaning towards a raise. I don't really care if they do or not, but that's what I would be thinking. Now, in terms of trades, what am I looking at? I want to be long 43.55 half. That simply being the auction that we churned around during this Monday session. We churned around that and then eventually got our liftoff. Above there, 43.64. The VWAP close a little bit below an auction here around 65-ish, but anyway, that's where I want to be long. Above there, I want to be long 89.5, that gap close. Above there, I want to be long 96, today's low of the day after a close of this gap. And above there, I want to be short if we get a run of this daily high and then getting short before a tag of today's low of the day. That's all I'm looking for on the ES. I'm aware of some higher spots like 44.42 half, and then some major numbers around 44.58 to 44.62. So I am aware of that little zone over here, but I'm not looking to play it short. I'll wait for more supply to show me evidence of a short. Now on the NASDAQ, how am I looking at this? Same idea, not really too eager to play it short. Pretty much the same ideas. Looking to get long 14,784, that being right around where we auctioned, kind of the lows of that auction from Monday's session. You can see this was the main auction. It came and made a low. It was also a nice low here. So interested there, interested in taking the point of control along that actual auction. Above there, a similar idea, just the VWAP close where we did auction around this number while we're developing it, moved up. I'm aware that this might end up being a long as well around value area high from that Monday session around 14,888, something like that around there. But I will be holding off. Above there, just taking 990s long, that is settlement highs, as well as our 95% value area low from today, right around there. So if we get a run of today's low of the day, looking to take that long. Above there, if we get a gap up scenario, I will be looking to take 110s long after a tag of the close, so after a tag of this 4 p.m. close. So if we gap up, tag this sort of area, reclaim today's high of the day, so move back up above. I'll be waiting for a retracement long to look for higher prices. That higher prices of interest being the Q2 2022 high at 15,167, as well as the March high at 268 and three quarters, and the 95% value area high from 2022, the big yearly number 15,342. So those are the numbers that I'm interested in. Those are the trades that I'm interested in for tomorrow. This ripper has just been absolutely incredible to witness. Just we diddled around here. I think this was roughly where we had a yearly value area high, and we smoked right through it. Just a really textbook breakout. Just days and days and days spent churning around here. You get that upward slope, held the backfill. Another one I really thought would be able to break down and fill in this structure, but held it once and then twice again and move even further up. So really impressive moves here. I am looking for a slightly more rotational, conservative, tight session tomorrow ahead of FOMC, so no major moves. So those will be the trades that I'm looking for, just the ones that I listed out here on the S&P and the ES. A little bit tired here, so excuse me if I'm a little bit slow or repeating myself, but that's what I'm looking for coming into tomorrow. We are trading decently far above VWAP, but I doubt we'll get a liquidation going before FOMC. Just repeating myself now, so I'll call it there. Have a great night. Trade safe. Updates to this will be posted pre-market per usual.